Does anyone have any questions about travel? I can just start ranting if you guys want. No one has any questions. I can just start ranting. What's top of mind for me today? Um, I'm probably gonna so I'm going to Bolivia this Saturday. There, it doesn't really. It's my first time traveling. How are the girls? Austin, I know it's not your first time traveling, bro. I follow you on Instagram, but I'm married, so I didn't like deal with the girls in Mongolia, but I can tell you they are incredibly hot. So that's the information. Like on looks alone, it seems like a great country to go to. And also, like girls were staring at me when I was in Mongolia. True story. Um, hey, I met a Mexican girl on Bumble, and she called me to come to her city in Monterrey, Mexico. Um, Here's the thing, man. Okay, she didn't invite you to go to Monterrey, Mexico. She didn't invite you to go to Monterrey, Mexico. She just said some shit. She was just talking shit. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, have you ever like, I don't know how much I can get away with on here, but like, have you ever like, you know, been at like a party and it's like 2:30 in the morning, your nose is all clogged up, and you're like, yo, man, we should start a business together. Yeah, bro, let's do it. And then like the next morning, you're like, I'm not doing this. That's kind of what a lot of these like invitations are. Like if you showed up to Mexico, I think she would be like very put off by that. You know what I mean? But I could be wrong. I don't know the relationship, but I don't think that that's a real invitation, dude. Hate to say it to you. Go to Paris for the first time. Any recs? I actually don't have any like specific recommendations. Um, you know, but let me see. You should come here. Exactly. That's what it's like. Hey, you should come. I had a girl who was like in Puerto Rico, who was um who was who's constantly inviting me to Puerto Rico. Those are all like fake invitations. No, she's telling me I should come because she likes me, she wants to be with me, and she loves me. Do you really think this girl loves you though? Like I don't mean this to be like a relationship hotline, but like, you know, if you've never met somebody in person, they don't love you. Sorry, I'm getting over a sickness right now. So I'm gonna drink a lot of Gatorade and tea. But she doesn't love you, bro. Don't be falling for that stuff. Cartel might be waiting for you. Yeah, I mean, it's also like, here's the thing, man, right? Like, it's not even about the cartel, and like I guess that's kind of it. Is like, do you know how many fish there are in the ocean? You shouldn't even be like obsessing over this girl this way. You know what I mean? Like you should go to Monterey because you want to meet a bunch of women, not because you want to meet one girl. Like you should never make like even think about making plans to visit somebody who lives in another continent until you've hit. I think that's just a generally good rule. Until you've hit, you should not make any plans to visit someone else who lives in another continent. Can I get an amen to that? I think that's a good rule. That's a good rule of thumb. Like you should hit first before spending over $1,000 on plane tickets. Is Denning too popular now? Yo, thanks for the rose, man. Yeah, dude, no worries, bro. I appreciate the question. Um, is Denning too popular? I mean, depends on your definition of too popular. I'm very sensitive to tourists, and I mean, there obviously are tourists in Denang. It's obviously a touristy place, but like, it's not at Thailand levels right now. You know what I mean? Thailand is just insane, but it is kind of at Thailand 10 year ago levels. This is what I say is that like Da Nang today is basically what Thailand was 10 years ago. You know what I mean? So that's my feeling about Da Nang. By the way, guys, sorry if I might abruptly end this live at some point just because I am feeling kind of sick, but I do want to try this out. I do want to try the morning out. What cities are up and coming? Da Nang 10 years ago. I mean, there are a lot of places, man. That's one of those question. Hey, pop mill spam. Um, that's one of those questions that, like, it's very difficult to actually give an answer because it changes so much. You know what I mean? The cool city to go to is kind of like figuring out the cool nightclub to go to. You know what I mean? It's like it changes every week. But I'm going to Santa Cruz, Bolivia on Saturday, and I really think that that's going to be like a massive. I think that's going to be the next big city. That's my prediction, but we'll find out. Are Brazilians beautiful like they say? I mean, they are, but like Brazilian girls get so gassed up, dude. Brazilian girls get so gassed up. They're not as hot as they think they are, or as guys say they are. Like they're attractive, but like they're not. Here's the thing: here's why people think Brazilians are so hot. First of all, it's very ethnically diverse, so there are all different types of women, which like increases the probability that you're gonna have like hot outliers. And then two, it also just has a lot of people. It has like 200 million people, right? So the chances of you having 100, 200, 300 absolutely insane women, obviously, Brazil's kind of like the perfect place to have supermodels from, right? Because it's very ethnically diverse, it has a huge population. But like, you're not sleeping with Giselle Bundchen, right? You're sleeping with an average woman. And the average women are kind of like every other country. Sorry, I had my nail ripped off, but now this is kind of like being weird. Anyway, have I ever been to Ireland? No. Planning to go to Medellin. Any tips there? Yeah. When you get to Medellin, get to your Airbnb, right? Order an Uber, go to the airport, and then go to Cartagena instead. That's my tip for Medellin. Don't go to Medellin. Is my thing. Sorry, I bite my nails. This is like really irritating me. Anyway, why is not Baya again, dude? Everybody's asking me about Baya. Look, I don't want to. If I answer the question of why Baya is not safe, I'll be kicked off this app. Let's just say that. Best country for tall guys, like countries where height helps a lot. I really like honestly. This humble bragging about height really is getting annoying. Every live I have guys who are like, "Oh my god, I'm so tall and like it's so hard." It's like, bro, like shut up. Everywhere in the world they like tall guys. What, you think of like in Colombia, they're like, "Oh no, he's 6'3". Oh, I'm not interested. You're just like trying to flex that you're tall. It's like, bro, like I got a six pack. Is there any country where like girls like guys who have six packs or in crazy shape? Bro, I'm a millionaire. Like, are there any countries where like girls like guys with a lot of money? Yeah, every single one, dude. Anyway, what's wrong with Medellin? Honestly, I do the Medellin rant every live. I don't feel like doing it right now. I made a ton of videos about it. You can just watch one of those videos. What country gets slept on? Um, Definition of slept on, right? But like, I think some under the radar countries. I think Vietnam is kind of the most slept on right now. I think Vietnam is the best country to go to. Bali weirdly gets slept on because that's this bad rap, which is completely deserved, but at the same time, it's still like an amazing place to go visit. I think the most slept on is probably Montenegro. But I went to Montenegro with my wife, so I didn't like pick up any Montenegrin women. But Montenegro is one of the most beautiful countries on planet Earth. So If you want to go just for like beautiful sightseeing, you should definitely go to Montenegro. Um, Not humble bragging, just asking for a country or is especially important. Chill the fuck out, dude. Dude, I'm chill as a cucumber right now. You're the one who's not chill. Be honest, when did I have a date last time? I'm married. That's so every day I have a date. Um, I have big biceps and shoulders, which countries are better for that? Dude, seriously, bro. Can you other languages by English? I speak Spanish and Polish. Gook women are hot though. I don't know what gook means. Okay, bro. 6'7" over here is throwing around racial slurs in my chat. Like how are you throwing around slurs about Southeast Asians in my chat when Southeast Asia is one of the places that people love to travel most to? Most slept on is Ecuador. I can see that. Show us your passport. No, dude. What kind of women are found in Budapest and Prague? Um, Hungarian women are typically found in. Show the passport and flight tickets. No, dude. Here's the funny thing about people who say that is like you can literally go to my profile and look at my videos and see videos where I'm clearly in South Korea, videos where I'm clearly in the Philippines. Like as of now, I did a video like 5 months ago that was like 4 countries in 4 days where I went from Poland to Italy to Abu Dhabi to Thailand. These are all videos that you can like look up very easily on my profile. But people are like, "Show us your passport." Okay, Bobber, appreciate you for setting up. Ever date a ladyboy? No. Polish woman sucks, dude. Polish women are horrible. Um, Latinas and Eastern Europeans don't date men's as if you don't have any money. Are you Indian, bro? Is Daly's wisdom Indian? I think you're Indian, bro. I'm pretty sure this dude's Indian. Anyway, can you say more about Albania? Yeah, I love Albania. Albania is really cheap. It's really beautiful. The girls are hot. Like, what's not to love? Best country for someone to visit for someone who's only been to Japan and Canada. I don't know. I'll probably go to like a submit feedback. Who's saying I'm harassing and bullying people? Okay. My live is restricted for 10 minutes because apparently someone felt that I was bullying them. Who complained that I was bullying you? What was it 6'7" who was throwing around racial slurs about Southeast Asians? Is that the dude that thought I was bullying him? Anyway, Latinas definitely date guys with no money. Never seen someone post this type of content. Keep it up, bro. Thanks, dude. Anyway, the reason why I don't like Polish women is because I mean I'm Polish. I speak Polish. I'm from Poland. I know Polish culture. Polish people are very cold and just uncaring. And like, sorry, this is really bothering me. And I just don't understand why you would go for a Polish girl when you can have like the warmth of like a Latina. You know what I mean? Is it wrong not to claim bodies every country I go? I mean, it kind of feels weird when you say it like that, but like if you're like, hey, I like to just clap boots in every country I go. Like that's a perfectly reasonable way to say it. I'm half Italian, half Romanian. Okay, clearly it was probably Daily Wisdom. Yeah, it was probably Daily Wisdom who like cried. Who cried? Little cry. How does your wife feel about you making this type of content while talking about traditional values? She feels great about it, dude. Um, like I can give you the whole spiel, but basically, like I think that I we have a very traditional relationship. I believe in traditional values. I'm very Christian, but at the same time, I think that the United States is a country and a culture that has a lot of sin in it, and so in a roundabout way, I'm kind of trying to get people to have more traditional lives by going to South America. And the thing that attracts people is the girls and the boats and the hoes and that type of stuff. But what happens with a lot of people is that like once you come to South America, you fall in love with the culture, you fall in love with the people, and you decide that you want to like stay, settle down, and have a traditional relationship. I've talked to a lot of guys who literally, including me, that's their exact transformation. It was like, hey, I came to South America to just you know, do a lot of illicit substances, meet a lot of girls, but now, I settled down and got married. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the overall plan. You need mods, man. Yeah, how do I get those? Beautiful women, but sad to see they take that route. Yeah, a lot of places are nowadays. Um, Thoughts on India? India's like the worst country I've gone to. I don't feel like doing an India rant right now. I'm sorry, but India's the worst. Everything that people say about it is true. Um, what's my tour dates? Um, the 16th to the 22nd of March. Best place to find a wife is Estonia or Slovakia. No, that's not true. Facts. The culture is what makes me want a Latina wife. I've dated a few. Um, your bio response video is funny as hell. Thanks, man. I think I made two of them. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm like the nice thing about these lives is kind of like I have like 2 hours of content that I make every day, and so I'm recording this on YouTube, and I'm gonna start like posting the best of the lives um on my channel. Have I been to Jamaica? No. Besides TikTok, what's your other job if you don't mind sharing? I actually am leaving my other job today. I'm now doing TikTok full time. So we need some people to buy these group packages so that I can, you know, put some food on the table. Um, I'm a little sick today, so we're only gonna be doing like a half an hour, 45-minute live. But I'm gonna start doing lives literally like 5, 6 hours a day. We're gonna be pushing these packages, that's my new job. Awesome. Do you have any more questions? I feel like this is a little slow, but it might just be that it's right before New Year's. Let me know if you guys have any questions. What's the next group plan for? I'm interested in going. It's March 16th to the 22nd. Um, the the link is in my bio. Just go to my bio and like click on the link, fill out the form, and I'll reach out to you. What's a country that's recommended by your friends but you've never been to? Turkey. I really want to go to Turkey. That's like top of the list. What don't you like about India? It's I've done the Indian rant a lot of times. I honestly don't feel like doing the Indian rant right now. I'm sorry. Join some other time, and I'll do the Indian rant. Anyway, I literally I'm like deathly ill today. I think that's why I just don't have the magic right now. But I'm gonna end this live. I appreciate everyone joining. This was kind of this